at any time when you don't know the first thing about it. Do you realize that you just like randomly spitting things out there?
Well, Mr. Werner, if you're asking me in regards to if I understand how the process works, I do understand how the process works. Therefore, when you asked me earlier in regards to the point of whether the bank took too long and who would make those decisions,
Who does?
I'm certainly not ignorant in regards to, the status of the property.
Yeah.
But who makes those types of decisions? It's really not something that I find myself too concerned with, because ultimately, whoever ends up making the decision, it's different individuals within different organizations. But ultimately, the responsibility to maintain the account current is that of the person who signed the contract. Who took the loan.
Right. Did you know that there's more than one person and or entity, corporate, whatever, involved in the contract? The contract is legally binding between more than just one person. Do you realize that?
Mr. Werner, that's not what I said.
Well, yeah, you mentioned the whole issue of the person who signed the contract being the one who needs to keep it up. Well, that goes both ways. There's also another party in the contract, and that's Countrywide Home Loans, which is now under Bank of America Home Loans. They're not wanting to keep the contract at all, like most banks.
Well, Mr. Werner, as I pointed out, I can only limit the discussion of the loan of the conversation specifically to whether you intend to keep the property or not, and whether you would like me to make a note of that in the account so that we can move on to move on.
Okay, cool. But why the issue of the threats of the person's home being sold at any time?
Because it's basically clearing out all of the proceedings that we need to be bringing forward and or current with the court. So once everything has been approved, which in this case it looks like it's going right on schedule, a sale date gets assigned and then the property is liquidated.
Oh, okay, so it's going on schedule and everything. So you have no date yet, but it's all on schedule for the court then?
Correct.
So is a court involved?
Well, it has to be notified that the schedule is taking place.
Okay, the court has to be notified, right?
Correct.
I don't want to keep bringing this up, but what's the point of saying over and over that a sale date could be assigned?
Perhaps to create the urgency in the borrower to see if him or her intends to keep the property.
There you go. You're the first person I've talked to that's been honest. It's creating an urgency in the borrower to, well, be bullied by the bank in their fraud. Check this out. That's called coercion. It's not bribery. Certainly not bribery, but it's definitely coercion. It's illegal. You know that?
Mr. Werner, again, I wish I can discuss matters in regards to the law and how these apply to you in particular, and whether specific behaviors and or terminology are even applicable to what's taking place with this account.
You're pretty cool. What's your name again?
My name is Amador. But
Hamador?
I'm afraid that I have to limit the discussion specifically to...
Are you Hamador? What country are you in?
I'm here in the United States.
Oh, wow. Great country, especially this time of year. You're not a Browns fan, are you?
Pardon?
You're not a Browns fan, are you?
I'm not sure what that means.
Cleveland Browns, you know? You know what? You gotta know what football is, man. You don't like that, do you? You just want to talk about fucking money, right? I'm excited, man. The Cleveland Browns won their first football game of the season. There was a chance we were going to go 0-16. Do you realize that? I can't tell you how excited I am right now.
I suppose that could be a good thing, Mr. Werner.
It's a very good thing.
Well, Mr. Werner, based on the discussion, it doesn't seem that you have any other updates for us. So if you wish to call Bank of America, you can give us a call if you have anything else to update us with.
Here's the thing, though. Listen real quick, okay? There's nothing really to update. I mean, I talk to company representatives, I don't know, almost daily sometimes. Do you realize that?
I do realize that not because I'm looking at your account, but because I understand how the procedure works.
Oh,
It would surprise me if that's the case.
So what, does it make any sense for you to keep calling people when you guys talk to people literally sometimes almost every single day? What's the update? What's the update? What's the update? That's abuse. You realize that? You're harassing people. There's no intent to mitigate. There's no intent or motive to collect a payment. Seriously. This football team today, there was no intent or motive to win. Although it just happened that they did win.
Well, Mr. Werner, thanks for your time.
Well, praise the Lord. I appreciate you calling, I guess. $10, 11, 2009. This is kind of fraudulent activity continues because Eric Holder, United States Attorney General, fails to do his job. We got to impeach him. He cannot be serving like this.